Hello, it's me. I know it's me this time. It's WickWiki. I forgot I was hosting for a second. My brain didn't process it, but you're here at the oh my fucking shit fuck Skibbity Ohio toilet riz. You're back at another. Oh my god. Words. You guys ever hold your eyes so hard?
Yeah.
1 second.
No wonder you can't fucking read.
You guys ever?
Will you put your fucking microphone down so they can hear your stupid laughing?
I'm sure they can regardless.
You guys ever put your close your eyes so hard and press your hands against it, and then all of a sudden you start seeing kaleidoscopes?
Yes.
That's what just happened. You're at another episode of the Weekly Weeks podcast. This is your host, WickWiki. Today we just did the previous episode, and now we're doing this one about the review for an anime assignment for what?
You. You're trying so hard.
Anime assignment that was given to us by Zerio Machini, or Stereo Machini, his alternate personality.
Dude, that was so fucking funny to me. Stereo Mancini.
Called Metallic Rouge, and he is not here with us today. But we love him. You know,
He's still
funny.
with us, just not present.
Is it funny that both our episodes this week are us talking about a show with a color in the title? Blue Lock and Metallic Rouge.
Is Rouge a color?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's red. It's
Oh.
another word for red.
Yep.
Didn't know that. Is it like French?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm smart.
Sure, buddies.
I didn't even take French. I failed out of Spanish.
You've taken him pretty amount of times.
Oh, I've taken him.
So there you go. You've taken French.
No, that wasn't referring to that. I meant receiving. Taken. You know. That's not what. Oh my gosh, he's fucking it up, dude.
Anyways. So Metallic Rouge, huh?
Steady.
What?
Golden Boy.
I haven't thought about that show in forever.
I was just listening to one of our old episodes. It was the Seven Deadly Sins one, where we each put a character to one of the sins.
Oh yeah.
And mine was for lust was Kentaro from Golden Boy. I kind of want to rewatch that show.
That show has popped up every now and then on my feed.
You should make Erica watch it because it's only 5 episodes.
I should.
Listen, they're trucking away on their list. They can't. Can't deviate.
Scratch it in at the bottom.
Add it in with a Sharpie. That'd be kind of funny, actually.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah, we're talking about Metallic Rouge. Did not know that was a color, but the more you know what I'm saying?
The more you know.
So Zerio, what do you think about it? All right, WickWiki.
Hey, Karma called.
I got a headache.
Oh, really? Is he with Nagisa?
I'm glad. I'm proud of that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Especially as you just finished watching the show
For my 5th time.
and crying.
For my 5th time.
Metallic Rouge.
Metallic Rouge.
So this show really reminded me of Vivi, Fluoret's Eye, whatever the fuck it was called.
Fluorescent Eye Song.
Yeah, I think it's Floret's Eye Song though.
Something like that.
But it kind of reminded me of that same type of thing with the AI robots essentially, that they're supposed to not be able to hurt humans, but kind of finding ways around it. Also reminded me of Plastic Memories.
Yeah, I
where
could see
Isla
that.
dies on the
Yeah.
and we all cried.
It was a good show. Oh, you remember another time I cried? Ohana.
We found
Steakhouse?
Oh, fuck. Ohana. Fuck.
As soon as you said, I'm like, did they squirt you in the eye with sake? Did you get burned? I knew what you meant, but it was the first. It was fucking Ohana's Steakhouse, which is not near the same city we're in. That's
Yeah,
in a
we're
completely different state. We're working remote now.
actually we are based in Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
We are
We
farmers.
outsource to Alaska as well.
Yeah. Sometimes Cuba.
Bum, 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 bum.
Gooding Jr.
Don't know what that is.
Cuba
Cuba
Gooding
Gooding
Jr.
Jr.
The actor.
Man, I haven't heard that name in years.
Who the fuck's that?
Have
Did
you seen
the
Snow?
movie Radio? Snow Dogs.
Wait, okay, the movie Radio?
He's
Well-
Radio.
Yeah. He plays the mentally challenged kid.
No shit.
That's Cuba Gooding Jr.
That's a good fucking movie. I used to watch that at my grandma's lake house.
Hmm.
Same thing with, what's the movie? Poobagon.
What's up?
There's a movie that it was called Envy, I think it was. Jack Black was the main one of the main cast members. He invented, him and his buddy, or he did, a serum to, take a can of spray, you spray dog poop, and it just disappears.
I remember
made-
this, and now I gotta look it up.
Made so much money off of it, and the premise of the movie was is they invent it, and he makes all this money, and then everybody's like, where the fuck does the poop go? And then it becomes a huge issue, and everyone wants to know where the poop goes. Doesn't have an answer, because he's just like, it just disappears. And then, from what I remember, he loses all his money and all that.
I have not thought of this movie in years. I think I saw it one time when I was like 10. Jesus Christ. It's Ben Stiller and Jack Black.
Yep.
Do you want to guess what Rotten Tomatoes gave it?
23%.
Lower.
5%.
10%.
Lower, higher.
7?
7.
Higher.
8.
8%.
That's...
What's the fan score?
It's okay, let me check Rotten Tomatoes for sure. I just know that the experts gave it an 8%. Fans gave it a 27.
Damn.
That sounds about
I
right.
like the movie.
It also
You
made me
can
think
like it. That doesn't mean it's not bad.
it also reminded me of Shallow
That's right.
Hal.
Ruby.
Well played.
guys
Shallow Owl?
Shallow
Hal.
Hal.
That was a good fucking movie, too.
Yeah, very early Jack Black.
That was
Him and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Great movie. You ever seen it?
I haven't seen too many, like...
He's like hypnotized and sees bigger girls as like really skinny.
Because he's a very shallow human being.
Okay.
And was a very, he's a woman, not womanizer, but,
Yeah, womanizer.
yeah. That's the right word.
Kind of misogynistic.
Yeah. I feel like that sums it up way better. Misogynistic towards women.
Yeah. Misogynistic and fat phobic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie came out 2001. Jesus.
But you know what came out in 2024? Metallic Rouge. I was saying off air that Metallic Rouge reminds me of Detroit Become Human and Stellar Blade. I've also said like Cyberpunk and Stellar Blade. Trying to remember the one issue that I'm running into of us not having episode time like for X amount of time is it's hard for me to remember shit about what's happened, especially with a show like this because there's so many things that happen and there's such a weird like very deep story that is told in like it's sprinkled out throughout the show what like the the end goal or the plot is supposed to be, and then when it gets there it feels like it's lackluster, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like the show. I like the animation. The animation's solid. The art style is incredible. But this is another one of those shows where the story is
Jumbled.
fine. Yeah.
Oh.
And it definitely sets up for a season 2 that I don't think we're going to get.
Was it I like the design of all the suits. Reminds me of Warframe quite a bit. All suits had like their unique combat abilities and all that stuff and fighting styles. I remember the story in the beginning when she was hunting down the other 9. I think it was 9 members that were like her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the reason why she was hunting them down, what her goal was with that, or whatever. And then she and the other girl ran into this group, and they're like, you need to fight with us instead of killing us. And explain shit to them. And then they went together to go raid this place that her sister was at and where her brother was being held. And they raided it. And then, because they were trying to give free will to people and to make them listen to them. And then they won. and then they still got free will, but they wouldn't, like, the evil thing, and there was the fucking doctor that didn't die, that was back. That was like their grandpa or their dad's dad that created all of them. And he was like puppeteering them all, wanted them to see what he wanted them to see, but still ended up dying somehow, even though he was controlling all of them.
I mean, yeah, it pretty much narrows down the show. That's a very, like, cool, that's like a 30-second synopsis of the show right there.
And it is very confusing, just like the actual show.
Yeah.
And it took me a lot trying to get into this show.
Same. Like, visually, I was hooked. Story-wise, it was very hard for me to follow.
I agree. I do like the concept of the story with that these people, robots, have a mind of their own but can't enact free will.
Yeah.
In a sense. And then them being able to get them free will was pretty sweet. Like, I like that concept of the story. Like the overarching plot of that was pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, overall, the show was fine. Like, it visually gorgeous. Otherwise, after that, it was fine.
Music was also a bop.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty solid.
The intro outro was pretty solid. I think my favorite character is probably the chick with the glasses, whose name escapes me at the moment.
The one that was her partner?
The one that was her partner.
Yeah, she's pretty sweet.
She was a vibe. She was a whole bop. I'm like, honestly, I could get behind this.
I do like the fusion that they did at the end when she gave her ID information.
Oh, her id, yeah.
And was like, every time they said id, I couldn't not think of It Invaded.
Same.
The Idwell.
But every time that when she did that and gave her thing, and then she was like, I'm not a combat one, but wait, what if she does this? And then she sacrificed herself to be in her body, and they got an extra fusion, which I thought was pretty sweet. And then her sister was fighting against the guy in her body and that cool stuff.
Yeah. Anytime. So, Erica has a really funny thing that she does whenever. So every now and then, whenever I'm playing music.
She put on the pickle suit?
No. Like, if we're in the car or something and we're playing music and then the song Other Side comes on from It Invaded, the outro, she can never remember what the show is from, but she remembers a part from the outro in which the chick is pointing the gun. Like, there's a moment, like, in the background, like, with all the visuals where the chick's, like, kind of pointing the gun at something. She can never remember what it is, but every time it happens, I always look at her, I'm like, what's from? And she's like, her always does, like, the finger gun of, like, I know what it is, I just can't remember what it's called. And it gets me every time. It's really funny.
Sorry, I just came.
I would say it sounded like it was a good nut.
Could be a better one. You could help me.
Maybe another night. I'm too tired. Work's been a mess.
Hopefully not longer, brother.
We'll see. We'll see. I can't think of, like, what else to really talk about with the show. Like, it's...
So when they were going to arrest her, I thought the show's, like, entire thing was going to turn. And I thought that she was going to be, like, the villain and was actually hunting down the Red Guardian or whatever the fuck her name was.
Oh, yeah.
And they were arresting her for murder and shit. And I'm like, oh, well, that took a turn. And then it just turned out they just wanted to enlist her. And I'm like, oh, that's not as fun.
Because isn't she the Red Guardian? Isn't that the whole thing? Is that she's the Red Guardian?
At least at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And then, like, her dad has the suit at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really just, like, this middle, like, 6 episodes felt like a blur.
Yeah.
To me. Partially because I was in Arizona, so I had to watch them at, like, 1.5 or 2 times speed to try and get done, because I thought we were going to record last week, and then we didn't. Pushed it back to this week.
Yeah.
I do think this is also one of those shows, like, I can't remember what other shows that we've had that are like this, that we're like, after watching it the first time and getting the concept of the show, and then rewatching it for a second time, and gathering the information, which is probably like one of those.
Yeah, whereas like you watch it and you kind of already have a somewhat idea of what's gonna happen, and then when you go through, you're like, okay, this makes more sense now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get what you mean. This definitely feels like one of those shows, and we've had a lot of shows like that lately. Now that I'm thinking about
Like
it,
Your Name.
well, yeah,
Because you're
actually, yeah.
confused the entire time, and then you're like, oh, fuck. And you rewatch it, you're like, yeah, now this makes sense.
It's like, oh, I'm depressed now.
But I know why I'm depressed.
Yeah, pretty much. Your Name in a nutshell. I'm depressed. Yep. Again.
Again. Facts on facts on facts on facts on facts on facts.
Stacks on stacks on stacks.
What's that?
I don't know.
A hat. Crazy, funky.
Junkie hat.
Is there more?
There is. I just don't remember what it is because it's been fucking years since I've seen an episode of that show.
Have you watched any of the new one?
Nope.
There's a new one?
Yeah. They brought back the, most of the original cast. All right. Anything else about the show? I mean,
How
really,
the
it really just boils down to, like, it's a fine show. It's visually stunning. Storyline is very confusing. Yeah. Pretty much it.
How do you spell preference?
Preference.
ANC.
ANCE.
So. Oh, performance. That's what I meant.
Oh, that is PERFORMANCE.
Okay. I accidentally deleted the word.
Oh, for VA performance?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, while they're doing their,
My scores are already up.
well, while Wiki is doing his ratings, quick reminder once again that we have our Nerdvember fundraiser coming up soon for our live stream. Nerdvember is active for us right now. We have already unlocked. We've unlocked access to the GoFundMe, so you can go ahead and donate onto there for the Trevor Project and for Mission 22 as always. We had a really good outcome for our live Kickstart for the event, and I'm looking forward to the live stream that we've got planned for you guys. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be a great time. We're almost at our goal, so make sure to donate as much as you can.
Have we
It
got it
helps a
added?
lot.
Yep.
What's up?
Have we got it added yet?
Not yet. And there's going to be a lot of great prizes, great games that are going to be played. Gonna be having
Maybe
some
a
cool-
Hear Me Out cake.
Maybe a Hear Me Out cake.
I got some real stupid ones that I'm excited about.
I believe it. November 30th is the live stream, so keep calendars open for that. It's going to be like a 12-hour stream as always, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time.
On God!
Touche.
I thought we were about to sign off, and I'm like, but we didn't do our
We didn't do, like, the rating part.
the part where we actually give our scores.
Yeah.
We didn't do that.
So I guess who wants to start?
I'll go ahead. Fuck it.
All right.
Metallic Rouge or Rogue.
Is Rouge. Rogue is Rogue. Rouge is Rouge, right?
No.
Not if you're dyslexic.
Oh, wait, no. They're spelled the same, aren't they?
Mhm. Welcome to the English language.
God damn it.
There and there.
No, it is Rogue. I just like messing with you.
You bitch!
Or did you have to look it up to confirm?
I did, but
You bitch!
You just wanted to sound smart for... It's okay. We all make mistakes.
You bitch squared! Hey, if you do it 3 times, it's you bitch cubed.
What about 5?
you bitch times 5.
You bitch times 5.
You bitch pent.
You bitch to the 5th power.
Yeah.
What about 10th?
To
You
the
bitch
10th power.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out though. The 11th power.
You just answered your own question.
You bitch, 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 you bitch.
The 12th?
I don't know if that was actually 11. Jack Wayne, count for me, please.
I was doing a bit from The Office. You know what I'm talking about? When Dwight and Jim, he was like, okay, well, what about like 30 minutes?
Yeah. What about in like 2 years? That's
possible.
Definitely possible.
I can see that, yeah.
3 years? I could see that time frame.
Yeah, makes sense. 20 years. Yeah, I can see that. It's possible, yeah.
Explain to me like I'm 10. Okay, well, explain to me like I'm 5.
I love The Office. Okay, personally, I'm going to give an 8. Animation, 8. Only because the plot and everything was confusing. I did enjoy it for the most part, for the fights and the way it looked and everything. Animation, I gave it 9. Character development, I gave it 6. Soundtrack, I gave it 9. Roleplay, I gave it 7. Plot, I gave it 7. Voice acting, I gave it 7. Hairstyle, I gave it 8. Unique, I gave it 7. Recommendation, I gave it 6. For a total of 74.
I need you to repeat that like last little middle section of
Okay, so we're going to give it 7. Plot, I gave it 7. Voice acting, I gave it 7. RPG, I gave it 8. Unique, I gave it 7. Recommendation, I gave it 6.
Okay.
So 74.
Okay.
74! Guys, there's a leak in the house.
One of the best jokes in a movie ever.
There's a leak in the boat.
Yes. Body with a Chance of Meatballs 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
That's such a good movie series.
I have not seen.
You know what's better?
Your name?
I was going to say Lord of the Rings, but it was fine.
That's fair.
Okay, my scores, personal enjoyment, I gave it a 6. I thought it was pretty solid, but again, it took me a lot to get into it, and I was confused, partially because of the fact that I spaced out the episodes so far, which is not the show's fault, but also I didn't think there was a great cohesiveness at times.
No, that's fair.
Animation, I gave a 9. Pretty solid fights. The little bit of 3D animation they had was still pretty good.
Yeah, like that was solid.
Better than Blue Lock.
Better than Blue Lock.
Character development, I gave a 7. I like Rouge as a character and the way she transforms in her views.
Mm-hmm.
World building, I gave a 6. That was probably the most confusing part, is how the AI and humans interact. Can they fight each other? Can they not? Who's AI? Who's not? Soundtrack, I gave a 7. I thought the open and close were both pretty solid. Fight music inside, also pretty good. Plot, I gave an 8. It's a really cool plot in the way that all of it works together, but I just couldn't tell you how it all works together. VA performance, I gave a 6. I thought there was nothing special about the VA performance, but there wasn't really anything bad about it either. Art style, I gave a 9. Pretty much the same reasons. Uniqueness, I gave an 8. Just because we did have some shows similar to it, but this one kind of took it a step further. And recommendability, I gave a 5 because I just couldn't really tell you what it's about, for a total of 71.
But what's it about?
Yes.
Personal enjoyment for me, I gave it a CM. I thought it was all right. It was confusing at times, but it kept me. The visuals kept me interested enough with like the fights and everything. That was pretty dope. Animation, gave an 8. Just got done talking about how it was really cool. It was really good. Character development, I also gave a 8. Originally it was a 7, but I am now choosing to bump it up to an 8 because, like you said, Frenchie, there is quite a good bit of development with the main character that we have with Rouge, as well as some of the side characters as they develop, like the police officer guy who kind of decides to, be like, maybe I'm on the wrong side of the law. Soundtrack, I gave an 8. I really liked the soundtrack in this show. I thought it was really good. The soundtrack definitely gave like kind of that like cyberpunky kind of style mixed with some of that Stellar Blade I was talking about earlier. World building gave a 6. It's there if you pay attention to it. It's kind of tricky to pay attention to with this show because there's so much there for the story. It gets a little convoluted and like kind of mixed up with itself. Plot gave a CM. I thought the plot was fine. VA performance, I also gave a CM. I feel like the voice acting was good, but there's been better. I think I think the best voice acting was with Rouge and her like snarky comebacks. Those got me pretty good, and it just felt like it was just natural for her character. Art style gave an 8. I thought the art style was dope as fuck. I really liked it. Uniqueness, I gave a 6, and recommendation, I gave a 6. I do think it's unique in its own way, but there are a lot of that kind of like post-apocalyptic world kind of shows out there, and we see a lot of things with like AI and stuff a lot in like video games and with like modern media. And then recommendation for the 6, like I definitely would recommend watching it. I think it's a fun and cool like show. If you aren't really wanting to focus too much on the story and you're kind of more focused on like, you know, the visuals and the fighting, definitely a fun one. But most likely if somebody asks me about it, I'll be like, yeah, you can give it a try. But I'm probably not going to openly talk about it too much. So total for me is also CM1. So that brings our current average. Maybe if I can find buttons, that would be fantastic. ... 72.
70.
2.
70.
2.
70. All right, everybody, you have a good night.
Yep. Oh, hey, what's the anime assignment again?
The Witch and the Beast?
Witch and the Beast?
Is that what I said?
That's what you said?
The bitch of the Weast got it.
The bitch of the West.
The Bitch and the Beast.
Okay, goodbye.
The Wheeze and the Cheese.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Weekly Weebs podcast.
We'll be back next week with more exciting anime talk.
Make sure to join us every show to stay up to date with what's going on in the world of anime. We'll catch you next time.